Welcome to another episode of Podsitivity. We have here one of the top creative directors in GCNY. Her name is Chavi Lefkowitz /. So, how does it feel to be in the creative space?
It feels amazing. Best place ever. I love it here. It's a great, great place. Look at this. Look how we created something from nothing.
Wow. And this is the first time it's debuting. Oh, this was your idea?
No, it was not my idea. I was actually very nervous about painting because I wasn't sure if it's going to come out looking normal, but look what we created.
Right. I think that's beautiful. I think that a question that most people have on their minds now is like, wow, you're a woman, creativity, and they also want to be creative, but really they're just, working in a office, not doing creative work or something like that. How does somebody know if they're really meant for creativity or if they're really just meant to look at numbers all day and process it?
So I think if they have any creative thoughts and they're if they feel like they can, everyone can end up in such a in this kind of place. A person knows when they're creative, when they have it in themselves.
Right.
Like I grew up, I was always drawing. I did a yearbook for somebody in when I was in 8th grade on Word.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But I do think that if somebody actually has it, they should.
So that was going to be my next question. I'm guessing that now you're doing projects that are seen by thousands and thousands of people, and it's a big company, and you have a big position. But did you know growing up that this is your mission, your passion?
I always wanted. Yeah, I always knew that. Again, I'm saying in camp. When I was in camp, I used to do all the signs for teachers.
Yeah.
I was always into these things. I always was the one to do the painting, the props, all these things. My brain is just I just like creative stuff. This is.
And what's the most difficult task on a day-to-day basis? What's something that gets pushed off to the end of the day or to the next day?
Nothing. Everything is just so exciting here.
Wow.
We have fun tasks. It's so fun here.
That's amazing. That's super amazing.
I don't think we have any.
I always had this theory that creative people only eat specific cereals or fruits or salads for lunch. Is this true? Do creative people live a higher standard life, or it's
you're talking to
they're regular
the wrong
people?
person, because I'm very, very, very picky with food. So I don't think it has anything to do with being yes, creative, not creative in my personal life. I don't know if you're talking about being creative with food, but I think that's not.
Oh, how
not
about
a
that, by the way?
I don't think that's.
Do you find yourself preparing nicer?
Not the best. Preparing food, maybe, as in to put it nicely on the table, or to but not the actual food. Oh.
Do you see creativity and art and everything, or this is just a job or a hobby or a passion, and the rest is
Of course, I see creativity in everything. When I'm busy doing stuff for my house. I'm trying to make it creative.
Am I dressed creative?
Very creative.
Oh, thank you. Because it's matching. I'm blue today, and
the
it's
socks and your watch.
Yeah. It's this is GCNY, right?
Oh, you did it there.
Specifically? Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Right, but you didn't notice that.
You needed to put on
as a creative person, you didn't notice that I came.
Maybe because everything is already in my. I don't know.
That's what I'm asking. Wow. So it is a catch-20.
I mean, when you're when you're in the creative space, obviously when you're here, it rises. You're more creative.
Yeah.
But I feel like if a brain is this is how we're wired. This is how it.
You see, that's so interesting, because when I see creative ads in the newspapers and the whatever, I always think when I see it, I'm like, I could have thought of that.
No.
But you're saying that I couldn't.
No,
because
if you're creative,
it's so natural.
It could be if you're creative, you could have.
Right.
Even I go and I see some ads and I'm like, oh, this is cool. I wouldn't think of that.
Right.
But creative minds, everyone goes in a very, very different direction. It's not like, oh, I could have done. Obviously, once I see it, I also could have thought about it.
Okay.
But you have to there's reasons why you create. The brain is I'm telling you, it goes everyone's goes, even if two crazy creative people, like insanely creative people, their brains are going to go like,
right. So that's my next question. Since you have such a creative brain, does it also, because I know for myself, my brain gets creative to drag me down. It comes up with the craziest, wildest ideas to tell me why some days I'm not good enough or why I'm not going to have a good experience. It gets creative because I have a creative brain. Do you find that in your life, that the creativity that you sometimes, if it's not channeled in a good way, it comes out in a bad way, telling you bad stuff?
I don't think that has to do with creative, as in, because everyone's brain, if somebody's an overthinker, this is what's going to happen. Nothing to do with
Are you an overthinker?
Not so much, no.
Wow, that's beautiful. No. What's your zodiac?
I'm a Taurus.
That makes sense. Right. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, thank God I'm not an overthinker. I mean, I wouldn't say like zero, but I wouldn't say like crazy. Right. I'm thankful for that.
So you don't have the ADHD or overthinking or emotional problems.
I'm very happy that I don't.
So maybe that's why you have such an open mind to real creativity.
I mean, you're bringing it up to me. Maybe I'll think about it, but I didn't think about it till now.
Right. Yeah, don't think about it, by the way.
Apparently, I'm not an overthinker. So.
Right. No, okay. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. My last question is, if this were not your thing to do, like if you were to go move out of the space, what's the next creative industry that you would go into?
Very good question. I don't know, because I feel like this is literally like I'm working in a marketing agency here already for 5 years, in a different marketing agency for 3 years before.
So this is the only thing you know.
I wouldn't say the only thing I know. This is like, I wouldn't think that I don't like any other part of the, I don't think I'm very good at any other part of the, right. People think like if I'm creative, I might as well go into like interior designing. Yeah. Or if I'm creative, I should go into like, I don't know. Right. I feel like this is my space. Right. This is where I belong.
And the most curious I am about is what was one project that you're extremely proud of that it was your idea perhaps, or it went viral, or everybody loved, feedback was great.
What was one project? I have many, but I wouldn't say like, I'm trying to think. Everyone thought about, wow, I have to go back years now. I don't remember. I did a lot of things like, I don't know. You talking about me specifically or GCNY?
You specifically, or something was your idea that GCNY did?
So I worked a lot in Kol Shomer Chomes. I did a lot like these books that they did.
Really?
I mean, this year.
That went viral.
Not this year.
Yeah.
Last year and 2 years ago and 3 years ago. I did that. The books went out. It was very cool to see the actual book, all the prize pages and everything. That's pretty cool. And I do a lot of ads, and I did now for a yeshiva. It's like a thing. I don't think only the people that are like donate saw it, but it really, really came out pretty.
Right. So the client was happy.
The client was happy. Everyone around was happy. It came out super cool, and I'm super proud.
Right. What's something that nobody here in the office knows about you?
Now you want me to tell you?
Why not? Yeah, because they're going to be watching it. I don't know about the rest of the...
What nobody knows about me. Everybody knows that I like to party. That's like not a thing.
And is there parties here, or this is just
this was a party.
This was considered a party? I saw it was very high energy.
I made sure the music was like on tone 2000.
Wow. That's it. This is my new office. You just walked into my podcast. Okay, now this is going to be viral content. Now it's going to be viral content. Okay, final question for you really is, what's an inspiring message that you can give to all the girls watching, and they see you like, wow, so successful and happy in a position, and they say, I'm very miserable, and I want to be like Chavi. I want to be like you. What would you tell these people?
I really think, like I told you before, if you have it in you, don't doubt yourself. Mm-hmm. Really. Go for it. Yeah. Enjoy it because it's fun.
But I can hear people saying now, I don't have it in me. So what should I do? I also want to be successful, even though I don't have this specific.
I mean, everyone has success in their own things, but if I'm talking about the creative people that are working in offices and typing and punching in numbers, don't do it.
Very nice.
Stay
I
out
like
of
that.
that.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. And thanks for joining. All the best.